Our interest in student peer review grew out of a sense of frustration with the way we tend to provide feedback to students in the university context. And usually that involves some comments and a mark on the final version of an assignment, which means that the student doesn't really have any opportunity to further improve upon that work. So we wanted to try and give students a lot more feedback and to provide that feedback earlier. So involving fellow students, other peers as reviewers seemed like a great idea.
Student peer review encourages students to take an active role in their learning, and a range of studies are now showing that this can have tremendous benefits, ranging from deeper understanding of their subject material to improved critical thinking skills and also enhanced self-confidence.
But setting up a peer review system is an enormous amount of work. You have to keep identities anonymous, send work out for review, return it to the right person and so on. And unfortunately, this discourages a lot of academics from trialling student peer review in their teaching, especially if they teach large classes with large enrolments. So we looked for software that might be able to help with this problem. And to our astonishment, we couldn't find anything that would cater for our needs. I'm not sure we knew what we were doing, what we're getting ourselves in for, but we decided to try to develop something ourselves.
PRAZE is a web-based program that seamlessly manages the process of administering peer review. Students upload draft versions of their work, and those are then farmed out to other students in the class using rules that are set by the subject coordinator. So the distribution of work, the deadlines, the return of the reviews is all done automatically, and from the student's viewpoint, it's all done anonymously. One thing that makes PRAZE distinctive is the way in which you can have a large subject which contains hundreds of students split over many different, perhaps tutorial classes, maybe then within those tutorial classes working in smaller teams, and you can then set rules to determine how the work is distributed between and among those various groups, classes. And that's a pretty powerful feature of PRAZE.
Setting up and distributing work to students is one aspect of managing the peer review process, but another important part is managing all the students' work that is submitted. For example, a subject of 300 students, each doing 3 reviews, is about 1,000 pieces of work. PRAZE has a really elegant way to let the subject coordinator track what's going on and easily manage this huge amount of information. We wanted to develop a platform that could cater for any conceivable form of peer review. A system that allowed you to review anything from an essay to computer code and so on, and where the subject administrator can control the process simply and easily.
We're only starting to appreciate at how many levels participation in peer review can influence student learning, but it's clear that it improves engagement, helps students to understand their assignments better, and encourages a much more nuanced view of the world. Students like the fact that peer review exposes them to other opinions. It helps them to look at their own work more critically, as well as appreciate the diversity of viewpoints.
What I really like about peer review is the perspective it gave me on my own work. So the feedback you get from other students is really valuable, but the best part is the insight that critically reviewing somebody else's work gives you into your own. The mistakes that you might have made in your own work and overlooked become more obvious after reading other people's reviews.
PRAZE has only been around for a few years, but we're really encouraged by the range of disciplines and subject areas it's being used in. Everything from web design, languages, medical education, engineering. Right now it's freely available within the University of Melbourne, and now that we have further funding from the Australian Learning and Teaching Council, we're exploring ways to make it readily available to other universities as well.